Good evening and welcome to Side21 and tonight's episode of The Black Hand of Fate. If this is your first time catching us on this series, this is our evil campaign. Our players are not playing the good guys this time around. And on that note, let's go ahead and introduce the players for this evening.
My name is Jason. I'm playing Shetic, your Fey-touched wizard necromancer.
I'm Brayden. I'm playing Damian Grimbane, the damn pure fighter.
Hi, I'm Aaron Hammontre, and I'm playing Bojack Horse Puncher, a dwarf barbarian.
I'm Jaco, and I'm playing Timber 2, the Tabaxi Ranger turned rogue.
I'm Hunter Douglas, and I'm playing Elliot Crowe, the reborn warlock.
All right, if you don't get a chance to catch us live, head over to the YouTube at Side21 TV. You can catch all our VODs there. You can also catch up with us on social media. We are at Side21 TV on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can also join our Discord server, post pictures of your pets, post some recipes, talk about the campaign, let us know what you like, let us know what you want to see more of. And on that note, I think that concludes our announcement, so let's go ahead and jump in to tonight's episode of The Black Hand of Fate. Alrighty. Where last we left off, the party recently, off the success of finding the first key in the basement of the Temple of Rilifane Ralathil, took some time to plan out their next moves in the Sanctum Spire and proceeded to split up the following morning under a heavy rainfall in the city of Hyman. Damian made his way to check out the guard tower, the former entrance to the mines of the Moonstone, encountered some arachnids in the forest, but eventually made his way back to safety.
Don't say it.
Timber and Elliot did a preliminary investigation at the Temple of Mithrian Sarath, checking for any secrets that place might hold.
I was checking.
Bojack and Shetic went to the castle ward and discovered, through a series of asking some questions and looking around, the Temple of Saloon, where they found, seems like some sort of a puzzle, some riddles, poems describing what could possibly solve that puzzle. Eventually, after completing these separate tasks, the party reconvened in a tavern in the castle ward called the Duke's Ledger, where information was shared, libations were consumed, and the party began to rest for a period, take a break. Kind of at the same time as that was happening, the rain did clear, and gray skies remain over the city of High Moon. It is, I think, we'll say you're coming to the end of your short rest in the tavern now. So you guys have been there for several hours. It is close to 8 p.m. What would you like to do?
I successfully got my long rest in, the 4-hour long rest. Cool. Just making sure.
Oh, nice.
It's just ending.
I kind of come to and look to see if anybody is still sitting around me.
I'm chilling with Damian wherever he's at. I'm not with Elliot. He was just like meditating in a booth. It was weird.
I believe it was me, you, and Bojack over, like, somewhere else inside the tavern doing our own thing.
Yeah, I'm buying Bojack drinks. You still drinking, Bojack?
I drank enough to drink a drink yes.
Shit. Need your mind clear.
I stopped drinking like a half hour ago. Should be fine.
Is he telling the truth? I'm looking at him. I can't tell. I don't believe him. Only time I've ever seen him not drinking is when I knock him out.
It happens a lot.
That's a 9. More than it should. A 9.
Bojack, roll a deception check if you would like. Or, let him know.
Hey.
If
I
you
got
want
a
to
10
try
on
and
my
keep
deception.
your state a secret.
I got a 10 on my deception. I am not incoherent. I'm definitely drunk.
Hell yeah.
I did potentially stop drinking a half hour ago, but when I say I'm fine, I'm not as fine.
I'm just gonna look at him and just whatever. I'm taking him at his word. I think I rolled a 9, he got a 10, and I'm just gonna look over at Damian and say, well, I'm feeling a little bit better, and regardless of his state, he's pretty loud. Should we leave him somewhere?
Well, what is our plan for the evening? I know we had previously discussed a little trip, but I also don't know what all the group figured out. I did not learn much today.
So, we have told you about poem and stuff, right?
Oh
Yeah, you guys shared all that.
I mean,
Well,
go ahead.
I just go other than that blasted poem, we didn't make much other headway. My goal was to help you get even with that blasted hoity-toity elf person.
T-toity.
And my goals, my plans for the night don't really matter who's involved.
Whoa.
Oh.
Can he watch? Can he watch?
Hey now.
Kinky. I'm gonna kind of turn to Timber as I come back to. Did I miss anything?
Timber just gets up as if he's just had a little cat nap. And he's like, all right, you eight-legged freak. Are you ready to check out this? Go do some renaissance? Reconnaissance?
Yeah.
There it is.
You're well
And-
spoken, and sure, I only have 2 legs though.
Yeah,
What is the rest of the people doing? I'm gonna walk over to them. Timber and I are gonna visit the temple one more time. Does anybody want to come with, or what are your plans?
I think regardless, I'm not going with you, but I definitely think we need to figure out a time and place that we're all going to meet up.
That is a great idea.
Call.
I can't do that thing you do where I'm just shouting at people's brains. So I kind of can, but
I can't do it very far either, so maybe we can all meet back in the by the wall in the back of the castle.
our corner up in the
Yes, by the tree.
northeast. Yeah, the tree. Yeah.
Does that work
Yep.
for everybody?
That works for me. What exactly are you hoping to accomplish by visiting the temple again?
We're getting the key.
We're gonna at least try to locate the key.
I don't
And yet-
think getting the key by yourself is. I mean, there's all sorts of crazy stuff in that last one, and a couple of y'all would be dead if we weren't all together.
Let the cat's
Don't
curiosity
remind
get him
me.
where it gets him.
I feel like that's easy for you to say, Elliot.
Sure is.
I put my arm on Elliot's back and I say, nothing is impossible with the power of friendship.
Well, that's great. Good luck, friendship. Go team.
Go team.
We'll be rooting for you. I, for one, need to go get some spell components for myself and get our friend over here some libation. And I'm kind of looking at Damian.
And I'm gonna go put an elf in his place.
And what place does that
Quietly?
be?
the ground?
Oh. Shetic,
So-
if you're getting components, would you just keep an eye out for some black silk,
Some black silk.
just in case?
Sure. Yes. Yep. I'll be on the lookout for it.
Thanks.
And I'm gonna pull out a little notepad, and on the top of it, you're gonna see like written kind of hastily, like shopping list. Black silk. Got it.
Are you looking for undergarments?
The only other thing you see is you see blood, bones, and like it's all scratched out. Now it's like we're back to the bottom. It's like back to like blood. It's just written out, not scratched out yet.
Not quite undergarments. Just for some spells. You ready?
Spell garments. Got it.
So what time are we meeting in the corner? Like high moon, midnight?
High moon. He said it. He said the thing.
Sure, that works. That gives us a few hours.
I mean, I'm hoping we don't need that much time, but definitely gives us a little play. Well, good luck, you guys. Timber, you got this, buddy.
Oh, I know. You don't have to tell me.
I look over at Damian. He doesn't got it.
I don't say anything. I just look like my eyes just flicker between the two.
I'll nod and turn around and head out of the Duke's Ledger. And towards the Temple of Myth. Star.
Start.
Mithrian Syrah.
Mithrian Star.
Mithrian Saras.
Myth. Google autocorrect. Mithrian.
Mithrian Star.
What are the rest of you doing?
Yeah, I'm heading out with Elliot.
I turn to Shetic and Bojack. If our target is going to be the elf, I believe we need a bit more of a plan than we had last time in the slums. Shetic.
I'll follow along with what you want to do, but I've never really had much of an issue just kind of killing someone. It's not that hard. People are pretty fragile.
My thought was go to his shop, take all his stuff, kill him if he's there, track him down if he's not.
And what of any guard presence?
I mean, the little one's pretty sneaky, honestly, surprisingly.
I mean, an old trade secret is there's no witnesses if everyone's dead.
I give a deep sigh and then just kind of like step out of the way and motion for them to lead the way.
Sick. All right, we're going. You know where it's at, don't you, Bojack?
If my mummy rotted delirium can lead me back to the place.
Because I don't think I've ever been there. I'm just kind of going along, hoping you guys know what's what. Really, you, Damian. But if you're saying lead the way, I'm trusting Bojack.
I'll take point. And I just start toitering off toward the market district.
I'm gonna continuously be looking back at you to make sure he's going in the right direction.
I'm like a good I'd say like 5 feet behind y'all walking.
Yeah, like every 10, 15 feet, I'm like turning around looking at you and making sure that you're not making like, what the fuck are they doing? I want to be going the right way.
Like, we still good? All right.
yeah.
All right, as the three of you head off towards the market district, and Timber and Elliot head back to the Elven Gardens. We'll stick with you two for now. Heading straight there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So is your plan to go through the window again, or Should I bamf us in, as I did last time?
Let's see if it's open. Let's figure out if there's a chance that someone's inside.
So as you guys step out into the night, make your way south through the castle ward and going towards the east, turning towards the east, towards the Elven Gardens. The sky, the gray clouds are beginning to part a little bit. You can see some stars and just a hint of the moon in the sky. You eventually make your way about 10 or 15 minutes into the Elven Gardens district, and walking through that space, approach the temple. You do see that the doors are shut at the top of the dual staircase. They were open the last time you were here. There are no windows on like the preliminary floor. If you remember, they are all kind of part of the ceiling structure, so you can't really tell as far as occupant status.
Okay. It might be good to just teleport into one of those offices, maybe. Something that we know probably someone isn't in there, and then we can sneak out. If you're thinking.
Yeah, there is a chance that somebody's gonna be still attending this building, even through the night.
Yeah, I think we'll be alright.
Alright. Well, you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna go towards the side where we teleported into the offices. I want to teleport into the office on the opposite side of where well, hold on, I got it. Don't fucking tell me. Arundel's office was.
Okay, so that was the
so
first, the far left office.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of like grab like the scruff on the back of his neck and poof, dimension door into that office.
All right. Timber, you feel the hand of Elliot grasp you by the back of your neck in a way that is strangely paternal to you. You can't.
Degrading.
Almost a little confusing. You guys disappear and reappear inside a very dark office that you may recognize from when you looked in the first time you were here.
Righto.
It's a small office, just a simple desk and a bookshelf. There's a extinguished lantern in the corner. It is quite dark in here. So you guys are kind of experiencing that, kind of gray scale of dark vision. But yeah.
Can I look at the lantern and everything just in this area, and kind of just see if it has been if it's been used recently, if it was recently extinguished, or if maybe papers or anything seem shuffled, or anything seems like somebody was using this office in the last hour or so.
Yeah, make a perception check.
All right, 11.
Nice.
With an 11, looking around, I mean, there's definitely shuffled papers, and not even necessarily shuffled. I think, in fact, it's probably pretty neat. The clutter level of this office is fairly low. It looks like this individual likes to have things in their proper place. As far as how recent somebody's been in here, I'd say with an 11, I mean, you can feel that the lantern still has a little heat. But it's hard to gauge exactly how long it's been.
Can I put my ear to the door to see if I hear some movement or something in the other side of the door?
Yeah, make a perception check as well as you press your ear to the door, trying to glean if anybody's on the other side.
23.
Nice.
With a 23,
Oh yeah.
You don't rush this. You take a second and you really wait, and you don't hear a damn thing.
Sweet. Can I sneakily and quietly open the door?
Yeah, and you see that it is. It's got a fairly simple lock on it. That you're on the other side, where it's easy to just turn the the thing, and you make your way, and you kind of creak open the door, look out. It is very dark in the temple. What you can see is a little bit of moonlight and starlight coming in through those windows towards the top, but there are no lit torches in here right now. It seems closed.
Sweet. I look over at Elliot and I'm like, well, shall we go check out the library? Again?
I'm gonna go invisible.
Yeah, I want to sneak my way across into the library.
Perfect. As you look across, and Elliot, like halfway through the word again, disappears fully, and you make your way into the library area. This is, if we're looking at 3 rings, the offices make up the right ring. The temple proper was the top ring, the northern ring, and then the western ring is where the library was. So you guys make your way westwardly through the kind of interior lobby vestibule area where originally the cleric was posted up kind of at a little podium. You pass by that, and yeah, you see a series of simple bookshelves, but finely carved wood, very much in the same style that has been very predominant here in the Elven Gardens. Ornate carvings and wooden vibes, lots of green color in here. What are you looking for?
Anything that seems suspicious, I would say. My first instinct is like a trap door or some sort of like stairway or something that could house a stairway or door. Just anything that seems like what's going on there.
Yeah, I would say like anything that's like maybe some like shuffled carpet or like footsteps and dust that seems to like lead to maybe nothing, or like marks on the walls or anything like that too. That's what I'd be looking for.
Cool. So just mostly, nothing specific, but a general perception check for anything that is out of order, recently moved, seems like maybe harboring secrets of any kind.
Yeah.
So you guys can both make a perception check, or one of you can make one with advantage. So you kind of slink through the, Elliot's invisible, so Timber, you just, mentally it almost feels like you're alone, and you're kind of slinking through these shelves looking for anything.
I got a 24.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Was that with advantage? Did you roll twice? I guess I didn't say that.
I just rolled once.
I'll roll 2 for the fuck of it. 22.
Very good. Both of you kind of make your way through this library. You see some parts of the library itself, like the shelves, the bookshelves, that you can tell these books have been, pulled out and put back often. It's no dust or anything around certain sections. Other sections look less used. The floor does have sparse kind of carpeting in like the form of like smaller rugs kind of throughout. Especially there are like little seating areas where you could pull a book and sit down and study. And you guys, with those high perception checks, you take some time here. You really look, you pull up the corner of a rug just in case. You're not finding anything.
Well, what do we do now?
I'm gonna go uninvisible and re up here. I told you I checked here already.
You didn't check here.
I checked here.
So maybe like one of these bookcases is like a secret door? That'd be pretty cool to find.
I'm going to oh shit, never mind. Did you check the statue when we were in here last?
I did. I did pretty well. I didn't see anything in there either.
I wonder if there's a way to get under the temple, outside of the temple.
I think the only space that we didn't really check is the center. What about the center of the temple?
Make my way back towards like the podium area. and kind of just check that area out for the same thing, kind of like any maybe switches near the podium or anything near the like center lobby area.
Sure, and this is a much more sparse area in terms of what's inside this building. It's really, there's several columns, and the podium itself, I'll say, primarily focusing on the podium here. You can make an investigation check.
Okay.
Ooh, or we should check dude's office. We didn't really check his because he was in there.
We could check that next. Give me a second. Investigation. Oof, natural 1.
Nice.
Yikes. There is 100% nothing secret at all involved with this podium.
It's just
All
a
right.
fucking podium.
Well done. I make my way to that office on the right, the third office where that dude was in.
So the dude was in the first office, and then the middle. Oh, you're saying you guys never got in that one, correct?
Right.
Yeah, you've only seen the inside of the first one and then the middle one. So the far right one is I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
no, the first one was the guy's office. He was in
Yeah.
there when we went and checked.
Right. That's where
Um,
you just apparated into the building from.
Oh, okay. We did
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I thought we went into all 3 offices. I'm pretty sure.
You stepped into the first office, but
Yeah,
think
we
You did. You looked in the first office, and then you went outside, and then teleported back into one of them, and then teleported into the next one too.
That's true.
what happens.
So we went through all 3.
right.
Correct.
Well, shit.
I think that guy's office is probably our best bet, unless we can go check the temple proper again. But I checked it.
Why don't you check the office and I'll take a look around here again.
All right, I'll go into the office.
I'm gonna give him guidance for dexterity, or
All right.
let's see, intelligence.
All right. As Elliot heads back into the temple area and Timber makes his way back over to the offices, we will jump over to the other 3 of you. As you guys make your way out of the Duke's Ledger, the skies are slightly brighter with the light of the stars and moon. The rain has stopped. Puddles stretch out far across the stone cobblestones here, and you guys make your way to the market district with Bojack confidently taking point.
Because Shetic keeps like looking at me every 15 feet or so to make sure we're going the right way, are we actually going the right way to get to Galasiers?
Bojack, where you headed?
I'm trying to get back to Galasiers, but the way I personally will try to remember this is it's like off the main thoroughfare of the market. So like on the map, I'm basically trying to get like over here.
Oh, let me look. Sorry. Do the market again?
Like down here somewhere, just like the middle of the market district. And then from there, I'm hoping I'll remember where I'm supposed to go.
Yeah, what are these roads looking like? Like, is there a bunch of guards everywhere?
Make a perception check.
A 7.
It doesn't seem to be any heavier than what you've seen thus far. There are guards patrolling, absolutely. And this is outside of like business hours. It seems like for the city of High Moon. So there aren't quite as many other people out. You can see like any of the buildings that look to be taverns or inns. Light is still kind of pouring out of, but in general, it's fairly quiet. A few guard patrols as you guys make your way towards the market district. Damian, you have no reason not to remember exactly where this was. It was the buildings in the middle of the market district are typically, the kind of canvas, bazaar style shopping, and the buildings that ring that interior part of the market district are more of like the stone mortar, brick and mortar buildings, which one of those was where Elminster's library, Galisar's shop, was located. So it seems like you're headed in the right direction, but as you get closer, you're thinking that you're headed too close to the middle of the market as opposed to the outside.
If I remember correctly, it was somewhere on this side because we hid in this alley last time, and I made my way out and over to here to go in. So as I start to notice next time Shetic kind of looks at me, I'm just gonna make sure he sees me and then veer off towards the direction we're supposed to be going.
So yeah, you guys, and I think you probably make your way kind of through that same area, right? Like into the edge of the Sapphire Ward, and as you're kind of approaching this alleyway here, as you see Bojack start to try and take a left, you motion to Shetic that it's actually right here in front of you guys.
I'm gonna use my telepathy for Bojack and say, "Don't panic, little one, but we need to turn here."
He's like, walking, like swaying, and you watch him just like stop still for a second and do one of those just like he like hunkers down a little bit and then just like keeps moving and like walks around the block kind of shit.
Did you turn? Or are you still going your way?
No, like I acknowledged that, and now I'm like circling the block to come from another direction.
Oh. Alright, yeah.
So you told me that way, so I went perfect. Go this way and then around and come back.
So you say as Bojack does that, you guys are kind of here in the alleyway across the street from Elminster's library, and you can see the front side of the building here.
Does it look like it has like an apartment on top of it or anything?
Make a perception check.
If anyone else would like
Yeah, can I make one of those too?
a dirty
Absolutely.
20.
I'd love to take a look at this place. I've got to bet
I want to like more specifically look at the shop itself, see if there's any like movement or if people are gone from it.
Yeah, I got a dirty 20.
All right, and Damian?
That is a 19.
Nice, guys.
All right.
Good roll.
So, Shetic, we'll start with you. It does appear to have a second story. There are windows on both floors. Light is coming out of all of the windows to some degree. Damian, as you're looking at the shop level, you can see just the way that this building is shaped is kind of L-shaped, but you can see the door that you went into originally is indeed closed.
Okay.
What the light that's coming from the bottom floor, does it look like maybe there's candles lit in the back room, it's just kind of bleeding through out these windows?
What's the intensity of the light?
Yeah.
No, it looks fairly well lit.
Okay, so they're
more than just like something coming from a back room.
Okay,
Like it looks there's light coming from the main chamber.
do we
How many people are around right now?
Roll a d20.
There's 20 people around.
2.
You see two city guard that seem to be. You guys are kind of ducked off in the alley here, and they seem to be making their way down the street in front of Elminster's library as we speak.
Lucky ass low roll.
That's good.
Damian, do you have any means of message or telepathy or anything to talk to me from across the street?
I do, but you would not be able to respond.
I mean, maybe the response is me and the little one bursting in to help you. You know,
Alright,
give or take some loudness.
Why bust? I thought we were just gonna sneak in, kill him, take his shit, and leave his body.
I agree, that might be the move, but I think one of us should maybe go in and see what the situation is, because it looks like he might still be somewhat open.
I would look to Damian, because I know that the bastard here can walk on walls, so I'd be like, Can you? How high can you walk?
As if I were walking on the ground.
Yeah, I don't think, unless there's a wall that like goes into space, I think he'll be all right.
I was gonna say oxygen might become an issue at some point, but
I don't have to breathe.
oh yeah, he's good. He can walk to the astral
Just
sea.
I just like shoot a thumbs up. So
Well,
Um,
what do you say, Damian, or should I go ahead and move forward?
well, I believe that it should be one of the two of you, being that you have not been seen by this elf before, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope.
And Bojack, he was healed due to the spell that we purchased from here. So if you were to go and show his gratitude, maybe.
He's also really loud.
Yes, I know.
I think I'll go in. Where are those guards at this point?
They have crossed. They're closer to down here, and you start to kind of lose sight of them without really peeking out.
While they're still walking down this way, can I just look out? I want to see if they're going to turn a corner or like about face and walk back up.
Yeah, you kind of peek out from around the corner. Make a stealth check for me.
15.
With a 15, you kind of peek out and being really careful not to make a huge scene. And you see them turn this direction and make their way towards the east.
As soon as I see them go like out of sight, I'm gonna step out and walk across the street into the front door and just very, very gently try to open the door.
Oh, we have a scene for this.
Yeah, we do.
we only talked about killing him for like 2 days. I'm sure.
You make your way up to the door, and as you carefully grasp the handle and try and push or pull on it, it is locked.
Are there any windows nearby that I can look up into? Or are they too high up or too far away from where I'm standing?
There is a window right here.
I need to reload real quick because I can't see that scene.
Can everybody else see it?
I can.
Yeah, he's right here. We're looking in, like right
Gotcha.
here. Okay.
There we go. Okay, where was that window?
You are standing right in front of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just want to look in.
You're peeking in, I guess.
Yeah, I'm peeking in. Yeah.
You see you see some bookshelves against the far wall to the west side. You see a brightly lit brazier inflamed just on the other side of the window. You can see a small kind of barrel of scrolls. You see a column, and you can through this window as well if you're peeking. See, it's pretty dimly lit, but there's a spiral staircase in the back corner. There's a counter here. It looks like where he does business from.
Other than me and Bojack, and then the light just around Shetic, everything's dark for me.
Yeah, I want to try to pick this lock here.
Make a sleight of hand check. Do you have thieves' tools?
I do.
Nice.
That is a 23.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay,
with a 23, it takes you just a couple seconds, and you are able to. It's interesting because it feels like it was a fairly complicated lock, but in this moment, you made it happen.
Sick.
I want to be in the alley, watching him, but also continuously checking to see if there's anyone coming down the street.
I'm going to use my telepathy because I believe I still can use it. I don't think it's too terribly far, but yeah, I can see him. He's within 60 feet. So I'm just going to let him know I'm going in. Just watch my back and listen out. and you can't respond to me. So, and I want to sneak my way in.
As you creak the door open and step inside, we're gonna jump back to the other group. All right, so Timber and Elliot. Timber, you are checking that first office, the one that the cleric was stationed in?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys came back out of there, so it is unlocked. You step into this pretty familiar space at this point. What are you looking for?
I mean, anything that would give me a clue, I guess. Is there... Well, first I want to check his desk to see if there's any keys or anything that could be useful. But then really look at the walls, if there's like a door or any sort of passageway. Yeah, something like that.
I would let you roll again. So go ahead and make a perception check.
16.
With a 16, I mean, you're looking over this room again, and it's just, as far as you can tell, there's nothing secretive about the bookcase or the walls. You look around the desk, you find some papers, and there's like a book there on Mithrian Sarath, and it looks like he's been taking some notes about various things within the text. As you look over it, nothing really catches your eye like it would be pertinent to your investigation here. You don't find any keys.
Okay. Then I just write a little note on his desk that says, "You just got knocked down by Timber." And then I walk out to join Elliot.
You find Elliot in the temple area, investigating the pews and the statue. Elliot, make a perception check.
And I would like to
look
add
at
just in
something very
case.
specific.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I'd like to add just in case so that like the columns do like add that just in case. I kind of like run my hand across them all and stuff.
Gotcha.
You said
make a
investigation or
check.
perception?
Perception for this, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, what? Oh, for natural one. Dude, 2 in a row.
Crazy.
You feel confident that this is a not secret holding space.
I don't see anything.
I don't either. There might be another way somewhere else.
Where else do you think there would be?
Well, the cleric mentioned for us to go to that tavern a couple times, or the only other place I can think of is like something going on the roof, but it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of stuff going on in here. Unless one of those bookcases is actually a secret door, which would be awesome.
Give me a minute, and I'll just kind of take a seat at one of the pews, and I'll just kind of like gaze into my shadow for a moment, until my like consciousness almost kind of like just like tunnels in on it. I'm gonna cast. It's a 1-minute cast time. Contact patron.
Sick.
Timber's just standing there like, what are you doing? What
What are you doing?
What's going on?
Please shut up.
I'm gonna go look at the bookcases.
See, I'm gonna contact Merkel. Yeah. Does it go through?
It does.
Okay. Then take a second. Like, Lord of Bones, we're looking for an entrance to some kind of passageway beneath this temple. At least we think. It's proving pretty difficult. I just need to ask you a few questions about it. Is the way to beneath the temple for the key within this building?
And when you first start communing with Merkel, you hear a kind of familiar at this point rattle of bones. It sounds like thousands of bones kind of softly rattling against each other. As you ask this question, is this inside the building? You begin to hear a very kind of dissonant tone as these bones rattle against each other harder and harder, and it's they are impacting each other in keys that are off-putting, and then you get the sense that he is giving you a negative response.
Oh shit. Up to 5. Okay. I was pretty sure it wasn't 3. Also, I just thought of something kind of cool. I like to think that like this kind of manifests itself in like my vision kind of going into my shadow, and then it's almost like me from the perspective of my shadow looking back up at the eyes of me, and it's almost like a reflection of me, like kind of like answering myself. But is the way within the perimeter of the temple, maybe outside, or some way, some passageway hidden just outside of the temple?
You hear a different sound when this question is asked. It is a almost musical sounding tones coming from the bones, and as you look back from the floor up at this visage of yourself, your eyes are kind of like halfway rolled back, and you get the sense that this is an affirmative response.
Sick.
Good to know. Did somebody within my party take my money?
You hear a similar musical response.
Fucking.
It almost reminds you too of like the sound of like a rain stick. It's like soothing.
Well, that's nice.
I thought so. Are you purposefully hiding my death from me?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oof.
Yeah.
I
9.
saw the contemplation.
9.
Oh my gosh.
This is gonna hurt.
It's all I care about, guys.
You take 9 points of wisdom damage, and you are ejected from this communal space with Merkel.
It's just like quick kind of like jolt my attention, attention towards Timber.
You look over from the pews, and you can just kind of see like the edge, and Timber is standing there like tilting back like books like one after the other.
It's just outside somewhere. Oh, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I say, oh good. Well, I found some picture books for you if you wanna have them.
No.
Okay.
Let's leave.
Righto. Let's do it.
Out the front door?
Sure. Yeah. I'll make my...
I'm second guessing that, actually.
Timber's already going for the front door.
Wait. There's no windows on the bottom floor. Shit, man, it's fucked.
If you've ever seen like a church, some churches kind of have similar things going on, especially like older churches where, you know, it'd be like just the elevated windows only, where it kind of shines at an angle down onto the floor of the temple where the pews and the statue specifically are.
Can you lock the door back? Or should we just teleport out? Here, just give me your fucking hand.
Do I have any keys?
Come here. And I'll use dimension door to get us back out of the building. Maybe somewhere where there's like some kind of like encircling shrubbery around the building or anything like that, just so we kind of have a little bit of cover.
Yeah, so from the right side of the temple where those offices are, that's where you guys originally came back in via teleportation, and there is like a bit of a hedge surrounding that area. So yeah, you guys teleport somewhere like, you know, here-ish. Or you can even, if you want to be like behind, you can be back there.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Oh yeah, I forgot there was these like hedges already.
All right, let's look around this place.
Yes, let's. I'll give him a intelligence. I guess it might be wisdom. I don't know. Intelligence guidance.
Okay.
And
Then I'll step on his tail.
yeah, and then I'll kick him in the butt. And then start looking around the edges to see if we can find any passageway or doors or like cellars or anything like that.
Okay, yeah, if you guys, you know, start making your way around the exterior walls of this building, go ahead and both of you make a investigation check.
And you have a D4.
I have guidance on that. Okay.
I have a 17.
It's going to be a 28 for me.
Nice.
Nice, dude.
As you make your way around the exterior of this building, you're kind of, you know, looking at the outer walls, looking at the grass of the grounds. There's some, you know, landscaping that's very beautiful, like hedges that have, you know, gold and like dark blue flowers like growing throughout, have like little white parts like closer to the interior of the flower, so it almost looks like a star. And nothing looks out of place to you, even with a 28.
I'm going to check out that fountain in the front.
Okay, I'll follow him.
And yeah, you guys make your way back around to the front. I'm not gonna make you make a separate check for this timber. Nothing stands out about the fountain either, other than it's very beautiful. And the sound of the water is nice.
That's a nice fountain.
I don't understand. He told me he was just outside of the building.
Well, gods have been lying to us a lot.
It seems that way, doesn't it?
The roof is the only other thing I can think of. Or
both of you make a history check.
History check.
Or I'll let you do base wisdom if you prefer.
I got a 14 on history.
I got an 8 wisdom.
Elliot, with a 14, you think of the possibilities that could be at play here, and it strikes you that perhaps there is a magical element at play here.
Okay. Let's see. I think we're just not able to see what we're supposed to see with the naked eye currently. I have a cast of Identify, but I can only do it once before I need rest.
Do it.
Okay, on what?
Everything. All at once.
Tell me you don't do magic without telling me you don't do magic.
I don't do magic.
Okay. You touch an... Yeah, I have to touch an object, so it's only one thing.
Well, I mean, this fountain's pretty nice.
Sure.
And it's the only thing that stands out, or else we'd be touching a wall every time.
I like to touch the fountain, just the edge of the fountain, like maybe if there's a bench or like just like a barrier around it, and cast Identify to see if I can see any magic element to it.
And it does have a casting time of 1 minute, so you are. Do you have
I don't have a
pearl
pearl.
worth 100 gold pieces?
Nope, unless I would have just had that coming into this. Oh no.
What? You don't have what?
A pearl.
He doesn't have the material components to cast the spell.
100 gold. I go to touch it, it's just like.
That was some nice magic.
I haven't cast that in a very long time. I don't think I can today, actually.
You
Well,
look down at your shadow and you see like it's got like a shadow of like a little dust cloud around it. It's like coughing.
well, I guess we just can't do much of anything. We might need old Shetic with us.
And as he says that, we will jump back to Shetic. You are located here in the interior of the first floor. Do you close the door behind you?
Fucking yeah, I guess so. All creaky and shit. All right. I am definitely being as sneaky as I can through here.
Make a stealth
What?
check.
Okay. 23.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
I want to look
Why'd
around.
you guys even bring timber?
I want to look around. I'm looking for doors, stairs, anything that might lead upstairs to an apartment.
Yeah, and as you make your way into you see this, you saw these through the window, but they are, there's a spiral staircase in the back corner as you're very, very quietly sneaking around down here.
I'm gonna kind of pop down over to the window and look outside and see if I can see Damian.
Yeah, I mean, because you know where they were, you can see them. They are definitely avoiding being conspicuous in any way, but they're in the alley just across the street.
Sick.
I'm still keeping an eye out for anyone coming.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's
through.
only been a minute, so like it doesn't seem like another patrol is around. You do occasionally see a citizen, like a civilian, making their way to and from, but not conducting business because most everything here seems closed.
I'm gonna use my telepathy, and I'm gonna look at Damian. Well, it doesn't really matter if he sees me or not. I see him, and I'm just gonna tell him, ground floor is clear. Come in now, or give me 2 minutes, but we'll have dinner for you soon. And then I'm gonna immediately start walking towards the stairs.
What are the rest of you doing? The other two in the alley?
I'm going to quietly relay that it's clear to quietly head into the base floor to Bojack.
I'm envisioning Bojack just sitting out there, like hiding behind a fern that's like half his size.
I envisioned him hiding behind like me in the alley.
That's actually kind of what that's kind of what I envisioned.
And then you said there's windows on the upper floor as well.
Yes.
Is there? Because this is kind of out in the open. Is there an alleyway to this building?
Let's see. Not really. This building kind of occupies most of the block that it's on, and there's not really an alleyway. No. If you were to walk around the back side of the building, you would see like other shops that exist, kind of in that bizarre style.
Okay then. With that, I'm just gonna quietly make my way inside.
Yes, I'm so excited as we're gonna rob this fucker blind.
What are you doing with the door?
Closing it and locking it behind me.
All right. And you guys together now.
I want to kind of make my way to like the counter area and start looking around to see if any like behind it, if I can get there.
Mm-hmm.
And just looking for any valuables, maybe my gold bars or anything?
There does appear to be kind of like a till type machine here, and as you look at it, it seems to be empty at the moment, as if his daily take he doesn't leave it down here. It seems like under the counter you do see a variety. There's like a ledger, it looks like, that is open. It's got like a bookmark like one of those like cloth bookmarks that runs down the center of the spine, and the 2 pages lay open on either side of it. You see a bottle of wine that's got a small tray that has several stemless wine glasses on it. Other than that, there doesn't look to be much behind the counter here.
I put the wine in my bag and rejoin the others.
All right.
Savage.
You add a bottle of wine to your inventory. It's a red.
I'm walking up the stairs.
I was just gonna ask, is it possible to, like, douse this flame here?
Do you have something to douse it with?
Just whatever.
Whatever's in my bladder.
Well, I've got a water skin, so just whatever's in the water skin for my adventuring pack. This is 5 pounds. I have no idea.
I'll
how
say
much water
with
it
your
is.
water skin, I'll let you make a survival check, to see if you can extinguish this fire with what you have. But it will be a check.
Aye, we do better in the dark. Nah, I'm gonna use my inspiration because I don't want a nat 1.
The ones tonight.
No.
Yeah, I got another 1, so it's still a 7.
That's 2 back-to-back ones. As you're pouring your water skin on the flame here, you definitely get it to diminish a little bit in brightness, and you're even thinking like that it's about to go out. It almost like gets down to just a smolder, and then your water runs out of your water skin, and it kind of takes a second, and then flares back up.
The water runs out. He goes, whoo, and blows the fire back into existence.
And then after it's bigger, you just are like, it's like, shite, I lost it.
Are these shelves or what are these around
They
there?
are very nice bookshelves.
Okay.
Are there like any scrolls or anything about?
There he
Yeah,
is.
you're standing just next to a basket with what seems to be some scrolls in it.
Take them all. Taking all this shit. Hate this guy.
All right. You find. Actually, go ahead and roll a d4 for me, Bojack.
I was like, if it matters, I am just honestly indiscriminately taking it, but I got to 3.
Nice.
All right.
I'm just like, this bastard overcharged us, he treated us poorly, I'm taking his stuff.
And
right.
now roll a d20. Roll 2 d20 and tell me both numbers.
Big rolls, big
Ooh.
rolls.
A 7, 10, and a 9.
Okay.
Come on, table, be in our favor. Whatever this is. Please.
Yeah.
And an
Elliot
alarm
and
goes
Crowe.
off. Shite!
You get 4 spells of teleport to key.
So, Bojack, you grab all the scrolls out of here, at least as many as you can grab, and most of them seem to be like blank parchment, but you do see one that says House of Cards in common at the top.
You got the whole first season on scroll.
That's amazing. All right.
If you'd like to make an Arcana check to see if you know what the hell this is, you certainly can.
I will give it a shot.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I believe it.
I got an 18!
Let's fucking go.
Surprising us every day.
Yeah, this is a when you first started in the Black Hand, one of the partners that you very first worked with in Skullport was a conjuration wizard, and you have heard him talk about this spell. It's literally called House of Cards. It's from Unearthed Arcana, and It's the spell goes, you touch the ground and conjure forth a defensive structure made of enormous playing cards. The structure rises with you at its center. That's a weird wording. Rises with you at its center, harmlessly lifting you and any creatures in the area. The House of Card has a square base that is 30 feet on each side, has 3 floors with 10 feet high ceilings. The second floor is 20 feet on each side, and the top floor is 10 feet on each side, so it gets 10 feet smaller. Ramps connecting the interior of each floor, and empty door frames connect the interior and exterior of each level. Creatures inside or on top of the structure have half cover. Each card that comprises the house is 5 feet wide and 10 feet tall and is very fragile. The card has AC 10 and 1 hit point. The cards are immune to poison and psychic damage. Reducing a card to 0 hit points destroys it. Every time a card is destroyed, roll 1d6. If you roll a 5 or a 6, the house collapses ending the spell.
That's amazing. I quietly go, got a winner! A new ladder!
That's crazy spell.
Magic ladder!
That's cool.
That's great.
Before we head up, I want to see like maybe what looks like one of the more nicer bookshelves and just scan through the books and see if there's anything worth taking.
As you make a investigation check.
Okay. 16.
With a 16, you find a lot of these books seem to be more on the craft of things like alchemy and spell scroll creation. Some of them are different, like kind of natural. You find one that's like mushrooms and herbs of the Corminthar forest. Seems like it's mostly educational in the space on the bookshelves.
All right, I'm gonna just leave it be and head over towards the base of the stairs.
So once I'm done with all my scroll, even if they're blank, I'm taking them.
Okay.
Once I'm done
Yeah.
with all the scroll loot, and if I can isolate the good one, I'll hand that to Shetic and be like, magic ladder! And then pull out a like hand axe and get ready to go up the stairs.
Perfect. So yeah, you hand the House of Cards spell scroll to Shetic, and you have 7 fine parchment.
Hell yeah.
Shetic, as you take the scroll from him.
Oh well, I the whole time I was already like halfway up the stairs when they got in. I'm not down
Right.
here.
Well, yeah, we'll
Well,
say he
I'll-
hands it to you as you guys are headed up.
Yeah, whenever. You'll get it eventually. Take the magic ladder.
How tall is is there, what does this spiral staircase look like? Is there like a ceiling to it? Is it like inside or something?
You can see a little bit of light coming from like the top of where the spiral staircase like meets the ceiling, and it looks like it's just leads up to and flattens out on the next floor. There's no like the ceiling that you see would be the ceiling of the top floor.
Okay. Then I'll just be going up the stairs normally.
Do you guys want to be stealthy right now?
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of.
This will be a new stealth check, making your way up the stairs. So if the 3 of you could all make a stealth check for me, please.
19.
Big money.
16.
I get to 13.
Dwarven stealth.
I got a 13.
Okay. As you guys get to the top of the staircase here, Bojack, you're at the edge of your axe. You have it in your hand, and you're going around this spiral, and you kind of misjudge how far you are from the wall, and the metal edge of the bottom part of your axe kind of scrapes it just a little bit as you're walking up, and you see Galasar turn. What's he doing here?
As soon as I see him turn, like the minute he starts turning towards me. Let me make sure this is what I can and want to do.
Actually, well, before all that, let's just everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay, very fair. Very fair.
Dun dun dun. I like murder.
I got a 10 if someone wants to swap initiative positions with me.
I got a 12.
I got the 23. And I think also have a feat where I can swap initiative with somebody.
What the heck?
Wow.
I never heard about that until this.
Let me see. Mine is, what's
This
it called?
is-
Mine's alert.
Mine's just initiative swap.
I actually have the alert feat, and it's part of the initiative swap. From the criminal background.
What was your Bojack?
23.
Do you want to swap since I can kind of range a little bit? And
Yeah, take my 23.
all right, he's got my 10. I got his 23.
Okay.
That shit's nice. Kind of plan it out a little bit.
Okay. Shetic, as you hear him say, what are you doing?
As soon as he says that, I'm gonna reach out my arm to him, and I'm just gonna point at him and I say, "I'm here for your life," and you're gonna see like a just smoky black tendril start coming down my arm, and as soon as it gets to my hand, it just keeps going, and as it extends past my hand, you see it like dripping ink on the floor, and as the ink hits, it just disappears, and I'm gonna cast Enervation at him, and that's gonna be a DC 16 Dex for him.
Oh.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw, right?
Correct. Yes.
He clears it.
All right. He's gonna take
21.
21.
2d8 since he did that. So he's gonna take 8 necrotic damage. And what this tendril's gonna do is you're gonna see it kind of go towards him, and as it approaches him, it just kind of surrounds him, and you see like smoke going into his mouth and up his nose, and it's gonna drain life out of him, and he takes 2d8.
Got it. Yeah, and you see him start to like cough and react. What else for you?
I'm gonna take my full movement towards him. 30 feet.
Okay, so we'll say 5, 10, 15. Okay, that is going to bring up Galisair. He is going to
Give up.
I surrender.
Don't scale.
Having felt this, he is going to. You see him like reach out and reach inward and kind of put both of his hands on his chest, and you see like a surge of magic leave his hands and flow from his hands into like his torso as he casts resistance. So other than that, he is going to he's gonna throw a dagger at you. You see him reach in after he casts this. He reaches into his simple robes, and you see a couple daggers on his belt. That is going to be 18 to hit.
That does hit.
As you feel this piercing damage of this dagger, it doesn't make like a deep impact, but you do take 3 points of piercing damage. And he is going to throw a second dagger at you.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 16 to hit.
That also hits.
And that will be 5 additional points of piercing damage. So you guys, you see him cast the spell onto himself, then immediately reach into through his belt and throw a couple of daggers at you. Feel him strike. That is going to end his turn. However, Damian.
I'm going to dash to get to him.
Okay, I think you can get all the way there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I have 35.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, seeing him, instantly think back to the fact that he upcharged me. Get pissed off. Bonus action. Where is it? Or I'm gonna action surge. I'm trying to say, and take 2 claw attacks at him.
How dare you make margin?
Give me 1 second.
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay. Yeah. Roll to hit.
First one is a 23.
23 hits.
Second one is just a 14.
14 does not hit.
Okay, and then because I have no weapon in hand, my unarmed strike does 1d8 instead of 1d6.
What did you hit him with?
My claws, yes. Unarmed
I'm sorry.
strike.
What was your first roll to hit?
Oh, 23.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, roll damage.
Okay, that is it. That is 9 damage.
All right, got it. Yeah, as you see him kind of take the first one and then like lean back and kind of dodge your second strike. What else for you? He does cry out in pain though when you hit him.
I'm just going to draw my great sword, and that'll be my turn.
He sees you drawing the great sword. What is the meaning of this? Bojack, you're up.
Right. Well, I don't exactly know how quiet I can scream, but I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna activate rage, and like basically go into a bloodlust and just be like, "I'm gonna eat your liver!" And then, as I enter a rage, I actually have an ability. I want to make sure I read it right. Called Instinctive Pounce, and I can move half my speed as I enter a rage as part of that bonus action.
Okay.
I have 40 feet of movement. So I just like leap 20-ish closer
That's awesome.
and then charge him with my remaining 40.
So let's see.
Oh man, that's so cool.
10, 15, 20. And then you have 40 remaining.
And then
Not
I have 40
total.
remaining.
Okay, yeah, you're right on him.
Yeah, I have 40 total, and then I get an additional 20 on my first rage.
I love that
Understood.
visual, just like jumping at him real quick.
And then, I'm going to reckless attack and take 2 swings at him with my hand axe.
Absolutely, roll to hit. So he's starting to look, you see like a very worried look on his face.
That's a 24 for the first.
Hits.
Nice.
So I'm going to do this in this way because I get... So that's just a nice simple 6 damage.
Okay.
And then with the hand axe ability Vex from my weapon masteries, I now have advantage on my next attack roll,
Got it.
which then I will use Brutal Strike to drop advantage. And then if I hit with this, I do an extra d10 of damage along with what I hit.
Nice.
Damn.
And that's an 18 to hit.
An 18 typically would hit. However, he casts shield,
He was prepared.
and you see as your axe like would sink into him, like this magical barrier comes up, and it just kind of like pushes it off to the side.
I imagine after that, because that's Bojack's whole turn, he's just like seething and just like smashing on this invisible shield. Like,
Perfect. That will bring us back to the top of initiative. Shetic.
I am I'm gonna keep it kind of simple and cast a ray of sickness towards him
Okay.
at a 2nd level, and that's gonna be a 15 to hit.
A 15 does not hit. The spell goes wide. It kind of smashes into the column behind him.
Okay. Well, I can't do that. I'm gonna cede my turn. I'm gonna pass it on.
That will bring up Galasar. He is going to. You see him kind of reach out his right hand and point in this direction, and you see this green and purple energy begin to swirl around his forearm and make its way down and split into 5 beams that come out of each one of his fingers, and this green and purple coalescing energy smashes into this plant, and you begin to see this vines and the dirt kind of lift up from the base of the plant as this guy steps out.
Sick.
Oh, that's
I'm
sick
going
as
to
hell.
roll for him. If I can not throw my dice off the desk. That is...
He's like a Digimon.
Ooh. I'm so happy there's a plant creature.
And from there, let's see. He doesn't have, that's his spellcast action. He doesn't have any more daggers. So what he's going to do is he's going to reach out his other hand and cast a cantrip towards you, Bojack. And he is going to use poison spray. He is going to roll to hit.
Is it disadvantage because he's so close? Or no?
I
was gonna say the same about Shetic, but he missed anyway, so it didn't really matter.
So yeah, he sprays out towards you. It's just an 11 to hit.
It does miss.
All right,
How
no
would
problem.
How would mine be disadvantage? I'm 20 feet away from him.
Oh, I was looking at Damian. That's why.
That is going to end his turn, and that is going to bring up our plant here. He is going to step forward to you, Shetic, and you see, if you can see the art, he's kind of got these like fangs, and he's got these tendrils that have like little, what do you call those?
Like antenna?
Thorns?
It-
or-
I was like fish hooks.
No, they're like the small little. It's hard to tell exactly what it is. Anyways, he's gonna try and bite you, and that is going to be.
It's like the philia or whatever it is from inside of Venus flytrap, right?
Yeah, that's
Like,
that's somewhat what I was trying to say. Just a 9, as he misses with his fangs, and then you see him kind of like burble up, and he is going to try and spit acid on you. That is another 2, so another 7.
Oh.
He's gonna miss, and you see he like goes to like and spit this acid, and just like the tiniest little like dribble of acid comes out, and you see it like smoking against the skin of his mouth and like sizzling. That will end his turn. Damian.
So for my bonus action, I'm going to use Giant's Might, I believe it is. I lost it. Yeah, Giant's Might. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Once on each of your turns, one of your attack with a weapon or unarmed strike can deal an extra 1d6 damage to a target on a hit.
Okay.
And it lasts for 1 minute.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to swing at him twice with my greatsword. That first one's just an 8.
8 does not hit.
Damn. Second one is also an 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, both swings miss, as he's, a little of the surprise of what is happening to him right now is worn off, and he's sharpening a little bit mentally as he's dodging.
He will take a total of 4 damage though due to my graze where I weapon mastery,
Gotcha.
and that'll be my
See,
turn.
like, you make like a small cut on one of his arms, and you see like a small trickle of blood start to form just under where you cut the sleeve. Bojack.
Right. Well, this will be the first time I get to use this ability, hilariously, for all the wrong reasons. Vitality of the tree. For my type of rage, at the start of each of my turns, if a creature ally is within 10 feet, I can give them 3d6 temp HP.
Okay.
I've literally never been able to use that before. I'm so excited. I gave Damian 13 temporary HP.
Nice.
I've raged so many times, never helped an ally.
I'd like
And
to
then-
think it like comes to me as like a new strength and like more just anger coming
It's
from
like
his
a
rage.
wave of heat and rage kind of
It's
like
like
billows off of
bloodlust.
me into you. Now, GM question. I always forget. What does it take to like stow and draw a new weapon? Is that a
Drawing
full
and
action?
changing weapons as a free action.
I'd like to
Once
just
per turn.
I'd like to pocket my hand axe and pull out my great axe.
Okay. You guys see
And then-
Bojack just get a bigger axe out.
It goes from this little one that I'm like this to this big one that I'm still just like this. And then I just want to take my swings at this man.
Go for it.
I'm still going to reckless attack for that advantage. That's the wrong button. Okay. Thank you. 24 to hit.
A 24 hits.
Nice.
And then that'll be 13 damage.
Oh yeah.
And then second. And then second's another 24 to hit,
Wow.
Hits.
Way to go.
which
Oh.
will do 21 damage.
Nice.
Bojack. How do you want to do this?
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
So as I like put the axe back and I just pull this one off my back, it's almost like he swings as a tornado, just goes swack and like hits him, takes an arm off, swings back around and just takes him off at the neck. And I'm just standing there with his head on top of my axe sideways, like a
As
plaque.
you guys watch Bojack in this intense rage, Damian right next to him. Damian, you have to like step back out of the way as he begins spinning around, lopping the arm off as a huge spurt of blood comes with it, splashing all over the tree. Bojack himself, and he spins around, flicking the blood that splashed on him. Probably everybody else in the room comes back around in and cuts the throat all the way through. And as you see the head of Galasar remain on the end of his axe, this creature disapparates, and that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Ooh.
Oh.
Very nice. Very
Dude, that's
nice.
such a sick move. Just like, "Ugh," and it's just like the head just sitting there.
That's going to do it for tonight's episode of the Black Hand of Fate. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and follow us at Side21 TV on socials. We would love to connect with you there. Join up on the Discord, and we will see you next time at Side21. Have a wonderful evening.